Welcome to the Wealth Rebel Show. I am your resident Wealth Rebel, and today I'm diving deep into why you will never feel ready to work on your wealth whilst you're telling yourself, I'm going to think about it. We're going to really dive deep into this concept today, and I really hope to sprinkle some magic and inspiration into how you can learn to really trust yourself and to step into that power of wealth mastery and wealth sovereignty. So, why will you never feel ready to work on your wealth, to make the changes that you want to make, that you're telling yourself that you want to make, that is going to kind of change your life? Yet, you want to do these things, but you just go, I'm just going to go and think about it. Thinking about anything when it comes to wealth, if you have to think about something when it comes to wealth, right? Those wealth changing decisions, those life changing decisions often, because these are life changing moments that come across your path, and you get to choose the path that you walk down every single day. This is happening, right? This isn't just something that you do once in your life. This is every day you have these choices. Thinking about it is your biggest mistake, your biggest problem that you face with your wealth strategy. And this is where people are going wrong all the time in their lives, because we are conditioned to think and to use the mind to make decisions. That is not what the mind is for. And we're going to dive really deep into this today. I'm going to tell you why the mind is sabotaging your wealth strategy, and how you can kind of learn from me, really learn from the ways that I have been changing my own way of beingness to create changes in my life and in my business. People message me all the time. Okay, let's dive deep into this. I have people messaging me all the time. They come on call after call after call with me. I'm going to book a discovery call. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come back here, right? They want to work with me. And I'm here for it. I will never pressure anyone into their wealth strategy. I'm open to it, and I will always book more calls. Kind of until I say like no more calls, because this is getting ridiculous. I even get frustrated with other people's procrastination because I want this for them and I can see what they need to do, but it's not my choice at the end of the day, right? Procrastination is a word that was created as an excuse for you not getting out of your own head and into your heart and following what your gut is telling you. Okay, what your gut is telling you, what it wants to be, what it wants to be doing, that will lead you to truly having all the things that you want in your life. Okay, so I am constantly, literally, constantly told, and this is not me blowing a big trumpet up my own arse, right? I'm not that sort of person. I'm just dead normal, just like you are me, but I'm just saying it how it is. People come to me online and in person, and they will say, you're so inspiring. I resonate with everything that you're saying. You make so much sense, like you talk sense. For the first time, I am hearing someone that is speaking my language. I need what you do. I need what you're doing. I want your life. Okay. They see the life that I'm leading by the beach in Braunton in North Devon, kind of like living a life of freedom and sovereignty, running my own business, doing my podcast, all the things that I do around running, around my yoga, around my kids that I love so dearly, around my friends. I don't know how you're doing it. Someone mentioned it today. It's like you're like the swan. I was like, maybe I'm not a swan, I'm a duck. You're swimming along, but your feet are going underneath. Like that's what people perceive is my life. And I'm like, it is not. You can have it all, right? You can have it all. But guess what? 6 years ago, my life was very different because I was leading a mind-led life. I was doing all the mistakes that we are so conditioned to do. And in the last 12 months, when I really stepped up and I really started to be brave, because it takes bravery to follow your heart and your gut and not to think and just do and just say yes to life. Okay. My life is unrecognizable. Nobody gave me permission to live a life I love. Nobody gave me permission to live a life I love. and you can have it all. And I say it with a big it because my life is not your life. Your life will be whatever is kind of your destiny, whatever it is that you are dreaming about right now, okay? Manifesting, and this word kind of like can trigger people because they have a different relationship with the word manifesting. Manifesting your dream life isn't a woo-woo concept. I don't even like the concept woo-woo because spirituality is just energy and manifesting is a real concept backed by science, okay? And it's about bringing the real parts of what you want from those wildest dreams into physical reality. Your physical reality right now, the people in your life, the life that you lead, is down to the way that you think and what you put into the world. 100%. Let's not be a victim here. We create our own reality. So when I say that I am here for it, all of it, okay, I will really want you to know that I'm here for that, for you. And that's what we really want to dive into deeply today with you to really show you why you can't wait for it. You can't wait for it. That wealth blueprint that is going to change your life, that's going to bring it to life needs action. If you can't wait for it, hit the Mastery School link in the About section, in the show notes, wherever you're watching this on podcast or YouTube, right? It's £74 a month for 12 months to get your hands on everything that I do in my life and in my business to create my best life. Lifetime access to work with me and get access to all of my wealth, empowerment, coaching tools. Okay. And if that's a step too far for you right now, hit the Star Portal link. Come in. It's £8 a month with no contract, and you get 1 month free with Star 1 month at the checkout. What have you got to lose, right? Start your wealth building journey with me today. Okay. Let me think about it. Boom. There's your problem. Let me think about it. Your mind, quick nerd session right now. I'm such a total nerd, right? I'm like, I used to go and hang out with Mr. Powell in chemistry and do me extra chemistry lessons, right? I'm an absolute total nerd, right? The way that the mind works blows my own mind, right? The way that your mind works is really primal. It looks for threats and rewards. It has autopilot conditioning to create the ability for it to function. So it's always creating habits and beliefs, and then it's looking primarily for ways to keep you safe and ways for you to thrive, threats and rewards. But its primal role is to keep you safe. So it's a fear-based system, okay? And what's in that subconscious mind of yours, which is the big part of the iceberg, it's the big part of the things that we don't even know that we have, the beliefs and the habits that we have in our deep subconscious mind that we form from the day we're born, actually. We start to create our beautiful mind that is here to keep us safe. The mind is beautiful, right? And what we feed into it is really, really important because it's looking for threats and rewards. And the primal part of your brain is 100 times faster to react than your conscious mind. You might be thinking consciously, okay, I want wealth. If you have to go and think about something, you're probably going to sabotage yourself with subconscious beliefs that you don't even know you have. And you'll talk yourself out of doing the thing that you really want to do, that your heart and your intuition is telling you to do. Okay. Because really, the way that we live, your heart is now, the science shows that it's a way bigger muscle and a way bigger brain. The brain, the gut feeds the mind, not the other way around. We should be making decisions from our heart and our gut because that is the life that we should lead. The mind then should support that with the knowledge that we put into it. And then genuinely keeping us safe from real threats, not the things that we want to be doing to live our best life. Okay. So because it's a fear-based system, if you go away and think about how you want to make a change, and that change will be scary, right? And I'm going to talk you through some of those changes that I did to really bring this to life. If I'd have made a conscious choice and started to think about these things, I wouldn't have done any of it. Genuine. And for a really long time, I didn't. And that's what kept me stuck. It will keep you looping. Okay. It will keep you looping in cycles. And you'll be thinking, why do I want all of this stuff, but my life is not changing? It's because you're thinking and you're using your mind to drive your life and to drive your wealth strategy. You're stuck not living your life, not living a life that you love because your mind will tell you subconsciously that you can't because it's outside of the comfort zone. It's outside of what it knows. Even if it's something that's really good, it could be like really scary because you've never done it before. Your mind will tell you you can't, fundamentally, right? So it's time to stop thinking about the things that you want to do and start really following your heart and your gut, right? You can have my life, not my life, but a version of whatever it is that kind of means something to you. Nobody gave me permission to have my life. I created everything in my life. And actually, a lot of people told me that I couldn't do what I wanted to do, right? That I couldn't have freedom because I'd be selfish, blah, 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 right? So other people will feed that if you give yourself a chance to think about it and then start asking other people's opinions on what you want. Again, maybe that's number two. Don't think about it and definitely don't ask somebody else's opinion for your life-changing decisions. Now, I'm not talking about maybe things in your business that, you want to get help with. I'm talking about your life-changing goals and the creations that you want to bring into the world in your business and the way you want to live your life and run your business, right? Those really primal things that you really, really, really want. So, number one, and this is a really great example. I asked Darren O'Lean to come on my podcast in, when was it? I get lost with dates. 2023. He came in January this year in 2024. At the end of 2023, I asked him, he's a US TV legend who hangs out with Zac Efron, going around the world. I watched him on TV show Down to Earth on Netflix, and I kind of fell in love with his book and his concept and just the way that he lives his life. I thought, what a legend. And I wanted him to come on my podcast, right? I saw what he stood for and I saw what my podcast stood for. I was sharing my voice on wealth, and literally, I did not think, I did not give it another thought when I decided to ask him. This is interesting actually, because I was on a retreat and I put it out there that I wanted to ask him on my show. And I was told actually, go and write a script, do some planning, think about how you're going to do it, blah, 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 all those think things. So everyone else was giving me advice, telling me to go and think about how to do it. I got up the next morning, right? I'd made a decision that morning that I was just going to ask Darren O'Lean to come on my show. And he came on my show, right? Because what did I do? I just got up and I just recorded a voice note on Instagram. I told him that I wanted him to come on my show. I told him why. I didn't even write a script. I just recorded this 60-second voice note. I might have done a few because in Instagram it only has 60 seconds, right? And within a day or something, he'd replied and he went, yeah, man. Hey, Emma. Yeah, man, let's do this. Right? He made his choice to come on his show by following his gut too. Right? He checked me out, of course, but he knew from that first interaction that he was going to say yes. He's the author of Super Life. So he's already following his gut and his heart. He knows that his mind is a fear-based system. This is why I was connected to what he was saying. And, he knows that his beautiful mind is going to sabotage him. He didn't need to think about it. He didn't need to ask permission for anyone to come on my show. He looked at me, he looked at what I stand for. He knew he had a connection and he said, yes, like that. And we got it booked in. Right? Nobody gave me permission. The advice that I got given was to think about it, to plan it. Well, I didn't. I hope you can see just how much you just need to trust your intuition and do the things that you really want, because I really wanted him on my show. Like, I really wanted him. The universe knew how much I wanted it, and I made it happen. I left my marriage. Now, this is not to go and poo-poo my marriage, right? This is not about, the reasons that I wanted to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. There was a bit more to it. It took a few years of energy healing, and I have to be honest with that. I think it's so important that I'm fully transparent. It took a long time for me to get my energy into a place. But when I was ready and I realized that I had to leave, it was one of those decisions. I made a decision like that. My intuition knew, my gut knew, and I moved out, right? I moved out really quickly. Okay. I didn't have a fallback person. There was nobody else involved. I literally made a decision that I had to leave my marriage, right? I'm not in a romantic relationship right now because that person has really big shoes to fill, okay? I left my marriage for reasons that I knew were to allow me to be who I came here to be, right? I have a really, really big heart. And anyone that comes into my life is going to have really big shoes to fill. I can't hide my feelings. It's like that Taylor Swift song. You'll know if I like you. I think he knows. I'm ready to say yes to life because I can. And that makes me smile. And that is one of the reasons why I had to leave my marriage, because I knew I had to be able to say and be open to say yes to whatever life had to offer for me. I had to have the freedom to be able to live with integrity and with sovereignty. Okay. It's not easy. It's not easy. And this year has been hard and it's still hard. But every day I'm reminded of, every day I'm reminded of the reason that I said yes, from the connections that I meet when I go out to my local coffee shop and the conversations that I have that I know that I would not be having if I'd have stayed looping. That intuition happened very, very quickly. Once my energy had healed, and it was like an epiphany. And that's why energy healing is really, really important. And that's why a big part of what I do when I do my wealth coaching is that I have wealth energy healing as well, because it's a big part of sometimes getting you ready to master your wealth. The healing can sometimes come first, or it can weave in and out like the yin and the yang. Okay. I run a brand new wealth and health clinic in a really, really beautiful location in the Daisy Room on the Tar River at an award-winning entrepreneurs clinic. Alex and Savory, you beautiful human, Vitality Clinic in Barnstaple, right? Right. It's just the most beautiful location in the heart of North Devon, right? Just 8 weeks ago, before I decided, before I even kind of dreamed it up, I decided, I just like overnight, I was like thinking about things. I was dreaming about what I wanted to do. I gave my chance to manifest. I was thinking about the direction of my business and my heart and my soul and what I wanted to bring into my wealth business. I knew number one, I wanted to be hands-on. Number two, I wanted to be part of a team of entrepreneurs. I wanted to be connected, not working only online, right? Number three, I wanted to be in the heart of North Devon, right? I love North Devon and I wanted to put roots down in North Devon. And number four, I just decided that I wanted to be part of what I wanted to do as part of my business vision is that I wanted to create a client experience that brought the health healing, that brought my Reiki in, because I actually, and this is really interesting, I'd become a Reiki practitioner without even trying because I'd been doing it as part of my own self-healing. Before I knew it, I was a certified Reiki practitioner. I was like, oh, I'm good at that. I love it. The world needs it, and I'm going to get paid for it. Boom. I've already done something and I very intuitively was doing it without realizing why I was doing it. And then when I sat down and I realized that I had a business ready to go, I then went on and decided that I was going to learn to do Swedish massage alongside it because I love it. I'm good at it. The world needs it and I'm going to get paid for it. I'm getting my certification for it, but my business was ready to go. I made it happen in 8 weeks. And I had my first client on Tuesday. Okay. A guy, 6'3" guy who needed a massage. And do you know what? Why that happened? Because I was at Run Club and I was running and he said, "Man, I need a massage." And I said, "Oh my God, that's me." Right? This was 7 weeks ago into my 7 week plan, right? That's me. I can do it, right? I'm launching on Tuesday. And he booked the first session in, right? Like that. It's incredible what you can do when you start to build the life that you love. You get really clear on what you want to do. You start building things. You don't always know why you're building it. You're trusting your intuition. Okay. I started doing Reiki. I became a Reiki practitioner. I didn't really know why. I was doing what I love and I was following my intuition. I was doing it for me to start with, and then it comes in and weaves into my business really, really organically. Okay. It's so fun doing these things because that's what it's all about. It's about having fun along the way all the time, nurturing your soul, and then thinking, well, how can I bring this into my life in a deeper way? And that's why I decided to learn the Swedish massage. It's just incredible. Suddenly, and this is really how the mind works as well. The mind will hear the things that you are thinking about. Whatever you feed your mind with, your mind will see and bring into your physical reality. So I was talking a lot about massage and Swedish massage, and guess what? Then I start hearing all the time because people worry about how am I going to find clients. All of a sudden, people are constantly talking about how they need a massage, and I'm like, oh, that's me, really? And I'm just finding clients all the time without even having to market what I do. It's just happening really organically. So what you feed your mind is essential because if you feed your mind with I can't, you are right. You can't. All right. I am at Run Club. This is a different story. I'm at Run Club because I moved to Braunton. I moved to Braunton when everyone told me that I wouldn't find a place in the heart of Braunton. Right? I'm literally stone throw away from the high street. I have a place that's big enough for me and my kids. I have a off-street parking. I have a big back garden and a front garden. I have a back garden with beautiful trees where I go and pick my bay leaves. I'm like, I can't even believe it. There's an orchard there. Everyone told me you will not find a place in Braunton. I decided in March that it was Braunton that I was going to go to, and I wanted to be 2 minutes away from Saunton Sands, which is another love of my life. I wanted to have a coffee shop on the end of my street, like the high street that I had in Highbury Barn when I lived in London and Wanstead as well. I wanted that. And I was told, well, you can't really have that in North Devon. It's really rural. Oh, Braunton, you can. And I was like, why am I not living in Braunton? And straight away, I made a decision. I went and registered at the local estate agents. I made that decision. I went the next day. I told them what I wanted. I told them what I was willing to spend. And they were like, oh, things are coming in at this price way higher than what I pay. Right. And then I got a phone call and I was like, okay, I want to see it. I went to see it. It is perfect. It's got place for me to record. It's got place for me to run around and do my crazy exercises. I've got my garden. I've got a utility area. It's just like so freaking perfect for me. I roll out of bed and I'm at Run Club where I nurture my soul with beautiful, delicious coffee and go on really life nurturing runs and have conversations that are connected where I'm meeting friends at a time when I need to meet new people, right? Manifesting my life. It took me registering and saying where I wanted to be and what I wanted. And when that place came up, I said to the estate agent, it's mine. It's perfect. It's mine. What do you need from me? And I gave them what they needed. I actually gave them like links to all the things that I do to show them who I am, right? And because I had all of that visibility, they could see the person that they were bringing into their place and they wanted me as their tenant because it's really hard to get a rental. I knew I wanted to be in Braunton because 18 months ago, I decided that I wanted to drive 45 minutes to Saunton Sands to be at the spa for my yoga and sauna. See the connections here? I didn't know when I started 18 months ago going to Saunton Sands where my life was going to lead me. I just trusted my intuition, step by step, pebble by pebble, starting with my Reiki, starting with my oh, starting with all of these little things that moved me one step forwards every time, trusting what my intuition was telling me, not what my mind was telling me, because my mind would have been telling me that I'm crazy. And in fact, I remember having the conversation about Saunton Sands on the school walk with my friends as I walked to school, who said, "You won the lottery? Why are you going to go 45 minutes to a spa?" Right? And I was just like, I just know I want to do it. And at that time, I didn't have the money to pay for it. So I put it in the diary and said, by this point, my business is going to grow and I'm going to be able to afford the £112.50 a month for Saunton in May. Well, it happened earlier. And I joined up and I didn't look back, right? I now have amazing sauna chats. I have friends at Saunton. I have friends in Braunton. All of these things, I didn't realize where it was leading me. Now, I know this is a long talk today because this is a deep topic. I really wanted to share with you the importance of not allowing yourself to think and to listen and trust that intuition and your heart. Because when you phone me and say, I want to work with you, but I'm going to think about it, I'm going to go, okay, see you in a year, maybe, right? Because the people that work with me are the ones that go, I want to work with you. Where do I sign up? And they just know. And that's why I've made it so, so simple for you to do that, whatever stage you're at. Okay. And when you start to see the connections, and you start to do these things, maybe before you, if you're not ready to work with me, maybe just start following that intuition and just see the breadcrumbs and know that I'm talking real things. All the synchronicities, you will see that I'm manifesting my life. That manifestation isn't woo-woo. I'm just following those pebbles one step at a time. And I'm daring to dream about the life that I want to lead. And then I'm doing it. I'm going out there and I'm just asking for it. And I'm finding the ways to fulfill it. And I'm creating the ways to fulfill it. And I'm putting myself out there. I'm not hiding away in a box, right? I'm in person doing real things. You know, I didn't ever imagine I'd be where I was today when I joined Saunton 18 months ago. It started with that vision, that small dream of just being in the jacuzzi and in the sauna and thinking, oh, I want this life and I want to look at that beautiful, like the most beautiful beach in the world. And I wanted to do my yoga. Okay. Everything in my reality is here because I dared to dream it. Okay. And I went for it. And like some miracle, it all came in. All of it. All of it came in, right? Every part of it came in. Even even the really hot guy came in. The guy that I smile at when he goes past me, right? These things are happening. I'm too busy right now in my life to do anything other than smile back, okay? I'm too busy. I'm not in that place. I'm not open to it. So I'm not pursuing these things anymore, okay? Just the smile is enough for me right now. Okay, I'm not ready for that yet. And that's my choice. My gut, my intuition is telling me I'm not ready for that. And that's okay because what my life's about now is my roots, my foundations, my business, myself, and my friends and my connections. But, you know, I can say yes if I want to, if I choose to. And that's really, really important. And all the things that I have created, including seeing the hot guy that makes me smile every time I see him in my life, all these things are here because number one, I know what I want. Number two, I make it happen. Number three, I listen to my gut and my heart. Okay. And this is really, really important. And number four, I just do it. If I can say yes, I say yes to life. I say yes to what I want, and I take the action that I need to take. All of the things that I've created are here because I was there. I was able to say yes, and I just went and did it. Whatever that it is for you will be your thing. For me, it is everything that I want. If I don't want it, I don't say yes. I do not have conversations I don't want to have anymore. I do not say yes to things that I don't want. Let's be clear about that. Okay? I just don't because I can't do that. I don't have enough time, energy, money, or myself to do that anymore. I dare to dream. I dream a lot at bed, right? I dare to dream and I'm fully awake to myself. Sometimes I do pinch myself some days, like, how is this even real? Like, I didn't even realize that these people were here and these conversations, right? I look out at the golden sands of Saunton when I head out on my barefoot beach run and I roll into my breathwork session with Natasha and I go into the sauna for like sauna chat with my friends, which I just love. And, I'm like, this is my real life. This is actually my real life every day. You know, it's just pinch myself moments. If I pinched myself every day, I'd probably have loads of bruises. I just hope you can see how expansive this is because it doesn't stop as well. It never ends. You can keep expanding. You will always be growing. You will always be saying yes to that next thing. That is freedom. It's not limited. You will always be thinking, well, what's next? And that's when it gets really exciting. You're like, how can it get even better? What's next? It's really exciting. And you realize then that life doesn't have to be boring. Life is never boring when you are open to living a heart and a gut life, right? Following that intuition. But your mind will always think you out of it. Your mind will always think you out of it. Nobody gave me permission for any of it. In fact, most people will tell you you're selfish, probably, if you kind of want to make the changes, especially with a 3 and a 6-year-old, right? Who, by the way, love mummy's place. They love their life in Braunton. They love rolling down to the coffee shop and having one of those banana cakes, whatever. They love seeing mummy happy. They love seeing mummy thrive, be happy. They love coming and doing all the things that they get to do with me when they are with me. Yeah, it's not what I had originally planned. But oh my God, we are happy. Everyone is happy. And sorry, guys, all of you who judged me, you know who you are, right? Even my kids are living their dream life. And I'm showing them that they don't have to stay stuck in a life that they don't love. So we're setting a new precedent for the world by doing these things. And it was not easy. It never is. If it was easy, okay, I'd still be in my comfort zone. I'd be very, very blooming boring because boring is easy. And, you'd be living this kind of life for forever in your comfort zone. It becomes your comfort zone, by the way, this energetic life. It becomes your comfort zone. Eventually, you say yes to everything you want because that becomes the new normal, which actually is a really exciting place to be, and that's why this summer, in kind of like in June, I stepped onto stage at the iconic Westminster Chapel to do my talk at the iconic Wealth for Women conference. I wasn't even nervous. I danced my way on stage to Calvin Harris barefoot, and I just did it. I practiced like a crazy woman in my kitchen with very loud music, having fun with it. Nobody gave me permission to do that talk. Nobody gave me permission to put myself out there for that either. I just went on and stepped out in front of hundreds of women who came up to me at the end and went, you are so inspiring. How do you do it? Stop thinking about it. Your beautiful mind, your very beautiful fear-based mind system is what's keeping you stuck and what's keeping you looping. Dare to dream and then just do it with my help, with the tools that will guide you and support you to number one, dream it. This is my 8 step framework. Number two, see what it is, what you really want, what you came here to be, what you came here to do, what you came here to have in your life and in your business. Number three, the roadmap towards it. Number four, how to start doing it. Number five, how to create more of it. Number six, how to be grateful for all of it, that abundance mindset. Number seven, how to make the most of it. And number eight, how to invest in more of it, leverage. Right? That's the 8 step framework. That is working with the power of eight. That's the star code. That is where you will get all the tools, the planning templates to create that roadmap, strategy, and unique wealth blueprint, right? A methodology that you and your clients will thrive from. It's a CPD accredited program that you will fully embody for you, and then you can go on and use in your own business with your own clients, right? So, it starts with knowing what your it is. You think you know, but maybe you don't know. And that can be the biggest problem when you don't even know what it is that you want to be doing. It starts there. It starts with coming into my world, into my reality. I'm a real person. Stop watching me on Instagram. Stop watching me on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you're watching me. Come and say yes to working with me. You can come and join the investment circle for just £8 a month in the Start portal, start 1 month and get 1 month free. Or come all in. Coming all into my world is £72 a month for 12 months, right? That's it. That is it. You'll get all the tools or paying full 888 and you get a one-to-one with me as well, right? Lifetime access to the Wealth Mastery School. Okay? Embody what I do, embody my method, embody it in its full essence, not to live my life, but to live your best life. And so that you can really embody what you came here to be, do, and have. What are you waiting for? This is what you came for. Namaste.